Hi, it's Elrina from Fleet Physio and Wellness, and today we're going to talk about down training the pelvic floor. There's so much talk about strengthening up your pelvic floor, doing your Kegels, but a lot of us are actually holding onto our pelvic floors too much, especially if we've got some incontinence, stress incontinence, or pelvic organ prolapse where things feel heavy and draggy, and we tend to hold on. And that's counterproductive for what we're trying to do, where the pelvic floor needs to be able to release and contract, not just pull and hold tight the whole time. So these stretches are designed to drop the organs away from the pelvic floor so you can just relax and get the pelvic floor to fully relax in that position. The next one is to stretch through the adductors and the psoas muscles so that you can get the length and mobility back in those areas, because they share attachments with the pelvic floor muscles, so it's important that we keep them long and flexible. So what you're going to need is, I've just rolled up a couple of blankets, or you can use a bolster if you happen to have one of that. You can use a yoga block, cover that in a couple of blankets so that it's nice and comfortable. And you're going to pop that down so it's underneath your pelvis. Then you're going to lie down on it so that your pelvis is resting on top of the bolster. So it's not under your lower back, it's under your pelvis. And lean down and it feels like your pelvis is tilting that way, backwards, and all the organs can just release and relax. Make sure your jaw is relaxed, your face is relaxed, shoulders are open, arms wherever they comfortably lie, and just enjoy that position of tension being taken off the pelvic floor. In that position, you can start your breathing. A good sort of 6 seconds in through the nose, and a long, slow out breath for at least 6 or more seconds, making sure that everything is inflating down towards the pelvis. You're getting that release, almost like you're blowing up a balloon between your legs, filling up the belly 360 degrees into the pelvis, imagining all that air relax and escape from the body. You can do about 10 breaths just in this position, just enjoying that release off the pelvic floor. And then you can pop your feet together and drop your knees apart. Now, if you're very tight, that might be quite uncomfortable in the inner thighs. That's fine. You can actually pop a few pillows underneath your legs to support you so you're not as overstretched, or just even pop your hands there if you need to. Pillows are better because then you can fully relax in that position, or if you feel you can tolerate the stretch, just stay in that position, feet together, knees apart, so you're stretching through the long muscles here. Again, with the breathing in through the nose, all the way down into the pelvic floor. Imagine that balloon blowing up in between your legs and deflating as you exhale. Once you've done your 10 breaths there, you can come up into baby pose, but this time you've got your hips on the bolster, which will give you a little bit more range. Quite an ungainly pose, but you can bring the nose, the knees to the armpits, grab a hold of the inside of the thighs, inside of the ankles, or the inside of the feet, wherever you can reach. And you're just going to pull that down towards you wherever it's comfortable and stretch through there. You can do a little bit of rocking here, and again, blowing up the balloon, and remembering to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth, keeping the jaw relaxed, keeping the face relaxed, letting the whole body sink into the floor. And once you're done, that's your practice for the day done. Remember that just lying with your feet up against the wall so that you're completely perpendicular to the wall is a great position for your organs to relax, especially if you put a bolster underneath your hips so you get that tilt going on as well, just to get the pelvic floor to relax. That's particularly useful after a long day on your feet. I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you've got any questions.